Hello, buddy. Welcome back to Tin Man's Court Channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tin Man Taylor, and today I'm finishing off my Creepy Diaries marathon for you guys. And the first video I'll be reacting to today is Midnight Caller Horror Story. So, without further ado, I'm going to turn these lights off, move the camera up here for you guys, and let's get this reaction on the road and in the bag, shall we? Okie dokie, here we go.
The clock struck midnight, heralding the coming of the unsettling caller, like a portent of doom. My phone would vibrate softly at precisely the same moment every night, signaling a call from an unidentified number.
I would hate that too. I'm trying to either edit videos late in the evening, and my mom's phone will be calling non-stop, and it'll be potential spam people. Every time you hit blocked number, they always call you back on a different one.
I thought it was a prank call or the wrong number the first few times. However, the calls became into a nagging shadow that disturbed my tranquility as the nights merged into a smooth cycle of unrest. There was simply the sound of my labored breathing and the unidentified caller's silence on the other end. My mind raced with paranoia, and sleep escaped me, slipping through my fingers like sand. Who was it that called me at midnight every night? How come they wouldn't talk? Weeks passed, and the agony of the incessant calls began to eat away at my sanity. The phone would ring mercilessly every night, a constant reminder of the invisible presence stalking my isolation. I regressed to a fearful, tired shadow of my former self. Then, on a fatal night, something changed in the mysterious ceremony. A sweet voice drifted through the static as I grudgingly answered the call. It was a lady, and there was an odd combination of urgency and sensuality in her words. In a whisper, she said, "Come meet me." My chest thudded with a deep-seated fear that was trying to rise. How did this woman know my number, and who was she?
Yeah, I would like to know as well. Because if you don't know this person that's calling you and they say, "Come meet me," I wouldn't go. You never know, this person might be a stalker or a blackmailer.
The phone stopped as abruptly as it had started, and I was left with a nagging sense that persisted into the night. I made an effort to brush the incident off, explaining it away as a mean joke or the product of my tired brain. However, the voice continued to stalk me, its rhythm ingrained in my mind like a menacing sonnet. I couldn't resist being pulled in by the mystique surrounding the midnight caller. My curiosity combined with a sense of dread to motivate me to seek answers. I searched the internet for hints, plunging into the murky depths of blogs and web pages to find any piece of information that would provide insight into the mysterious caller. However, the path simply ended in a maze of doubt and terror. I made a choice that would change my life's trajectory as the evenings drew to an endless chasm of worry. I made the decision to answer the call at midnight, face the unknown, and discover the mysteries that hid in the darkness. I went out into the icy embrace of nighttime with shaky hands and a racing heart. There was silence and gloom over the streets, a cloak of secrets whispering to be revealed. I was driven irresistibly in the direction of an unknown location as I followed the instructions spoken in the cryptic summons. I had a treacherous route ahead of me, where every step was a leap of faith into the unknown. Then I noticed her. A woman shrouded in shadows, the night's curtain hiding her features, stood in the flickering light of a streetlight. Her voice called out to me like a siren, echoing in the stillness and drawing me in. I felt a shiver go down my spine as I got closer, a sense of impending doom ensnaring my spirit. A glimmer of something unearthly shimmered in the woman's eyes, sending a shudder down my spine. She asked in a whispery voice befitting 1,000 secrets, "Why have you come?" I had a hard time speaking out and answering the questions that were burning brightly in my head. "Who are you? What is the reason behind your nightly calls to me?" Her lips curled into a smile, a mysterious smile that said 1,000 words in silent. "I am the echo of your dreams, the voice in the dark. My beloved, you have been selected to see how reality falls apart." The words pierced my heart like a dagger, hanging in the air and creating a cord of fear.
Okay, this lady's crazy. Why is she calling you beloved? Unless she thinks you're her boyfriend that got killed or something. I don't know, there's so many red flags going in my head right now. So let's just see what happens next to see if he can unravel this mystery with this woman.
I attempted to push back, to run from the chasm that drew near with alluring evil. However, it was already too late. With a piercing glance, the woman's eyes penetrated my perception, dispelling my delusions. I saw the truth in that epiphany moment. The person who called at midnight wasn't just any random person or nighttime ghost. She was a messenger of mayhem, a sentinel of evil that waited on the other side of reality. I grasped my terrible fate as the world around me twisted and twisted, a whirlwind of hallucinations and horrors. I was the intermediary chosen by the Midnight Caller, a player in an unknowable game of shadows and deception. I knew the nightmare had only begun as the darkness engulfed me, its hungry maw consuming me whole. I could still hear the Midnight Caller's voice in my head, a menacing chant that made the space feel hopeless and foreboding. I had fallen victim to the evil design of the Midnight Caller and was lost to the abyss. And as the world vanished from view, I realized that the woman in the shadows would always haunt me. She would always loom in the corners of my broken mind, a figure of both fascination and dread. I was the Midnight Caller's property, given over to the shadowy secrets as a sacrifice. And when the gloom took hold of me, I was sucked down into a nightmare from which I would never come out.
Okay, I am so confused right now. Like, was this woman a real person at all and was calling him to like this little game of cat and mouse type of situation? Or was she a ghost that was able to communicate through the phone and tell that guy to meet her at that specific spot that he went to? I don't know. I'm kind of dumbfounded on that. So I can't give you a straight answer on what I think this whole situation is about. That'd be creepy just to be chosen, be intermediary through something this dark like this. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more Creepy Diaries content like this. It's been another successful installment of Tin Man's Corner Channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tin Man Taylor. I say that's a wrap, and have a nice day, everybody.